My name is Grace. I'm a 39-year-old Nigerian who is a Black startup founder in Korea. At the moment, K-beauty is huge globally, and my mission is to revolutionize K-beauty by making it accessible to people with darker skin colors. This is my story.
Hey, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Kay from Asian Boss.
Welcome to Seoul Global Startup Center.
Oh, cool, nice.
Let me show you my office.
Okay, sounds good. I just want to hear a little bit about your background, where you came from.
So I was actually a business manager of one of the biggest cinemas in Nigeria. Nigeria is a very, very big nation. It's actually the most populated Black country in the world. We have over 200 million people.
So what drew you to Korea when you're living in Nigeria?
I was thinking of, doing my master's degree in Asia. My friend, she told me, oh, why don't you try South Korea? And I was like, no, I don't want to die.
Hey, North Korea.
Yes,
like that's pretty much
yes.
what
At that
it was.
time in 20, that was all CNN was all about. Like when you say South Korea, North Korea, the only thing we hear is the nuclear bomb, Kim Jong-un and stuff. So I said, well, why don't you try South Korea? I'm like, no, I don't want to die, please. I mean, it looks like they're about to go to war. And she's like, no, that's not right. That's just the media. K-beauty, K-pop, the rise of Korean wave. Like, wow, I didn't know about all this. Like, how come CNN never showed us this side of Korea? I mean, so it just struck to me like, it's the same thing they are doing to Africa. Like they just show the poor side of Africa, and people think Africa is too poor.
So you came for your master's degree, and how did you transition into doing your own startup?
Before I came, I already knew my goal was to improve the relationship between Korea and Africa, starting with Nigeria in the beauty industry. So while I was even doing my master's degree, I began the process of finding out what it takes to register a company in Korea. I got my master's degree August 2018 and got accepted into the Seoul Global Startup Center. It's like what you have in Silicon Valley, in the sense that, do you have an idea? You can come. It's competitive, and if your idea is selected, the government gives you free office space, you get seed funding. So it's more like to help you move your idea from an idea to something.
So what does your daily life look like?
Every morning I come to work. The first thing I do is to process all the orders we have. Today we're going to be doing makeup on our models, a range of shades, so that we show customers the different colors we have.
Oh, so what's happening here?
So right now we have a model here. Makeup artist is applying one of our darkest shades on her to show our customers how to apply the K-beauty cushion. It has a sponge, and then it has the makeup foundation inside, and then it comes with a puff for you to easily apply. It's very different from what is in the West.
Okay.
So because Koreans like it very easy, they can apply it anywhere, anytime. They came up with this product.
I just feel like in Korea, I don't know, like I've never seen somebody who's putting it on with this particular color itself.
Oh no, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. This is strictly for dark skin tones. So K-beauty doesn't have this. What they have is a maximum of 3 shades for Asians. So which is why we came up with dark skin colors for dark skin people. Trust me, you won't see this in Korea. We are the first to develop color in
I see.
Korea. So that's why we call it Black K Beauty. You can try.
All right. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
so it's really dark.
It's
Yeah.
really dark.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that's not your shade.
Ah, I see. Ah. So what gives you the most joy when you do your startup?
There's this feeling of satisfaction I get when people say, "Oh my God, I finally found a K Beauty product for my shade." You know, so I'm like, yes. You know, so it's like, oh, I've been in Korea for so long and yet I didn't find this. Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Zhu, for like producing something for us. It's like something we've always asked for, but nobody was listening. We're so grateful that you came out with this. You know, there's this, you know, sense of satisfaction that you're finally making somebody's dream come true. So it gives me so much joy.
Were you interested in like K-beauty or cosmetics in the first place?
I think what sealed the deal for me was the day I went to buy a lipstick and I used it and my lips just got swollen.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, this leads to cancer. You know, my mom actually died of cancer and nobody knows what caused it, but I think it might be because of the products she was using, you know, and stuff like. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to focus on beauty. I need to bring in products that are approved by the government, you know, because to me, I think a lot of products from China are not approved. People just bring it in and sell and stuff, you know, without like the huge regulation that K-beauty has.
So what's the size of your startup right now?
So we are currently 4 ladies. The advantage we get from being part of the Seoul Global Startup Center, which is having access to experienced mentors. I work a lot with my digital marketing mentor, Chris Sheen. He has been absolutely amazing and he's been guiding us on how to put our brand out there. And this is all free.
How difficult is it as a foreigner to just kind of like come in and start up a business in South Korea?
The reason why it's difficult is because I think the biggest difference is the culture issue. You know, they realize that, wait a minute, they're not really thinking the way I'm thinking. How do I overcome this? They try to work with the locals, and when you do that, it's like, wait a minute, I don't even understand how these people, you know, work.
In terms of Grace's case, in your perspective, what do you see as like the biggest challenge for her?
You know, her type of business, which is on the cosmetic side, requires a lot of investments. She also needs to do a lot of market research and at the same time create and manufacture the goods, which includes shipping, logistics, boxing, all of that stuff, right?
Sounds like a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, but the fact that she has a beautiful story with her business and at the same time, Black-owned businesses are just booming all over the world, especially in the United States. And I think she's capturing a pretty good market, or at least trying to start one. She's actually trying to help people of, you know, color to have access to K-beauty products in which no one else has offered, you know, before her. And you know, just that alone would make, you know, someone like me to actually help her a lot more, where I would charge, you know, clients thousands of dollars, you know, for a few hours. But for her to keep on going at it, and eventually she will succeed. I am a true believer in that success for her.
What do you think was the biggest struggle as a startup founder in Korea?
My biggest struggle was to actually convince people that this is a viable business, to raise funds. I mean, I pitched for 3 years. I kept on hearing no, 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 no. I remember the one that actually made me to change the way I respond to judges was the day I went to pitch, and the judges were people who were supposed to have lived in Africa, right? So I was like, oh, at least now I have someone or some people who at least know about Africa. So it would be easier for me to explain what I wanted to do. But I guess that was not to be, because that one of them actually asked me, she said that she doesn't think we will be able to deliver to people living in Nigeria, that we had no logistics. I felt it was a slap on my face, and like they said, oh, don't be angry. I'm like, no, you just told me that my country does not have a logistics system, and I'm asking you, what year was that? Because I've been buying stuff that is being delivered to me before coming to Korea, but if you have this kind of impression, I mean, what would you be telling other people? You know, that was the lowest moment for me. Like, I felt like I was totally insulted. But I guess after that day, I calmed down and I realized, like, wow, you need to in a calm way, start changing people's mind about the situation, you know.
I think doing a startup itself, it takes a lot of, willpower and, a lot of drive in order for you to build a business in the first place. Why do you keep going?
Yeah, I get this question a lot, and I think I always tell people, if you don't have passion for what you do, you will give up easily. If I was just doing this to make money, I think I would have given up a long time ago. The passion, like, I can't give up yet. I can't give up yet, because I think it will be a huge failure that I failed in showing Africa for what it is. We actually want to be one of the biggest black K-beauty brands in the world. We make beauty industries that are unique to a certain section. We make it inclusive and diverse for black people and people of color. It's not just Africans, it means anyone with a darker skin tone.